So I think KSI is trying to replace Jake in a weird way. And I don't think it's intentional, but I think KSI is trying to one-up Jake by beating Tommy Fury. And I'll explain as to why. So KSI, coming off the Joe Fournier win, is about to fight Tommy Fury. And I'm not too sure if that's a good idea or not for KSI, but I see why he's going for this angle. He wants to show that he's better than Jake Paul, and by beating Tommy Fury, he can claim that he was better than Jake Paul in doing so, which would be a fair statement, right? And honestly, it wasn't even split. Like, Tommy Fury clearly won that fight. And fair play to Jake, he did decent. But now it's KSI versus Tommy Fury. And it's interesting as to how this is going to play out, because KSI is not really for anyone on the level of Tommy Fury at all. Not Logan Paul, Face Temper, Joe Fournier, Swarms Pineda. None of these people compared to Tommy Fury at all. Like, I think this is a completely different jump to what it used to be. So for KSI to take this fight, all the respect, because there's a pretty big size difference as well. I think by about 4 inches. Well, I could be wrong. But yeah, KSI is brave for taking this fight. And now, by the betting gods, like, he's 3-1 to lose, which is pretty big, right? KSI is expected to lose against Tommy Fury, but in theory, he should lose against Tommy Fury, because Tommy Fury's beating Jake Paul, and Jake Paul's meant to be better than KSI on paper at least. But the thing is, MMA math or boxing math, combat sports, these sort of equations when it comes to fighters, it never truly works. So KSI could cause a lot of problems for Tommy on the feet, and particularly with KSI's crazy style where he just throws overhands 24/7. You never know what could catch Tommy Fury in doing so. Boxing's unpredictable. Upsets happen. They're really common in MMA and boxing, so I wouldn't be surprised as to why KSI would beat Tommy Fury too. But on paper, Tommy Fury should win. Let's go back to the topic of KSI stealing Jake Paul's limelight. Now, even with Conor McGregor's called out KSI in bare knuckle.
Last minute replacement, no fear. He came in, he put a great performance. He done himself proud on his team. I'm happy to see him get up. Big congrats to AJ, big congrats to Eddie, big congrats to the UK, big congrats for Jordan Stout. And I know your man KSI is in the crowd, yeah? And he couldn't box eggs if he worked in an egg boxing factory. So if he wants to get in here, I'll give him a final, bare knuckle if you want.
It was after the Anthony Joshua's recent fight. After Anthony Joshua's recent fight, that's when KSI decided to be called out by Conor McGregor. Well, KSI didn't really decide that, but Conor McGregor decided to call him out. And I thought it was really funny because Jake Paul was the one that was trying to get Conor McGregor's attention all this time. And Conor's really just, not giving him that same attention that he's giving KSI. It's kind of crazy. He's addressed KSI by his name and all that. I was like, wow. Conor's only spoken about Jake Paul a few times, and KSI's barely spoken about Conor. KSI also stated that he would like to fight Conor McGregor after he would beat Jake Paul. Like, theoretically, if he was able to beat Jake Paul, he would call out Conor McGregor. I think that would be a decent fight, honestly. I love how KSI's just stole the limelight from Jake Paul. Jake Paul's beating Nate Diaz, but no one's really watched that because he got low promotion. It wasn't really the fight that we all thought it would be. Nate Diaz was already old by that point anyway, so that fight kind of bombed, if we're going to be honest. It didn't really perform much to the standard that we thought it would. Now for Jake Paul, he's kind of at a stagnant place because he can't really advance anywhere unless KSI and Tommy Fury fight, and then we find out, KSI should fight Jake or Tommy Fury should get the Jake rematch, or whichever one happens is decent for Jake. Jake's next fight is dependent on who wins between KSI and Tommy Fury. If KSI wins, you make KSI versus Jake Paul, and that's what was meant to happen ever since 2018, where KSI first called out Jake. Now, KSI versus Jake, I don't think it will really happen at all because we've been waiting 5 or 6 years. If it hasn't happened by now, then it probably won't happen anytime soon. I'm sorry, guys. That's just how it is, right? KSI and Tommy Fury have been getting at it in the face-to-face and the press conferences. Like, I was there live, and it was pretty good. It was pretty entertaining when Logan threw cake at Jake Paul's face. I mean... When Logan threw cake at Dylan Dennis's face, that was pretty entertaining. And then when KSI and Tommy Fury got at it, when they were just fighting on stage, like, I looked one back. I mean, it was really, really fun. It was really entertaining. So I'm pretty excited for this fight. KSI and Tommy Fury will be a bang of a fight. I don't think it will be one-sided at all. I think KSI has a good chance of winning. But that's just me, though. I understand that's why you guys think Tommy Fury should win. And on paper, he should, but you pretty much never know with these fights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.